Hello, hello, Pisces. It is AD with kayxztarot, and I'm going to be doing your November mid-months, okay? So before we begin, I just have to say thank you guys so much. You guys became like my number one video with over 21,000 for the November, and I am just so humbled and honored that you guys have really come out and support, and you guys leave the best comments, all right? Pisces gang, Pisces gang, Pisces gang. So like, I'm just really so grateful and thankful for you guys, and I really want to express that. You know, a lot of people say thank you in the comments, and I'm always make sure to be like, no, thank you, and I truly mean that. Okay, thank you. I want to be able to do this without you guys' support, all right? And especially just starting off and growing as much as I did in such a short amount of time, I hope to continue to expand. So please continue to like, share, and subscribe, and support. Leave comments. They mean so much to me. I try to respond back to everybody, but sometimes YouTube is funky and like they get in the way. So if I don't see you, then I apologize, but I do try. All right. And before we begin, another thing, as I'm still doing that $10 3-card special. All right. So don't forget. I'm going to be doing that for the rest of November. Alright, and all the information for that is going to be in the description box below. Also, my Instagram, if you would like to follow me there. And just remember, your judgment is the best judgment, alright? This is a general reading, so if it does not resonate with you, I'm sorry. But, you know, we're working with so many different energies that are coming in. I don't know what is going to pick up. But feel free to look at any of the other tarot readers, alright? There's so many. There's bound to be something. But I have noticed that we've all kind of been preaching the same thing lately, so we seem to all be in alignment. But, you know, if this message doesn't resonate with you, I'm not hurt. If you'll click somebody else, I can't tell. You know, just don't, as Tyler Tarot said, don't come to me about it in the comments, right? So, thank you guys. I love you. I'm so looking forward to this reading. Thank you. All right? Okay, so, without any further ado, let's get into it, all right? Pisces, boom, right off the rip with the High Priestess, okay? So, we definitely are in a, so we're definitely here, okay? We're definitely here, alright? And intuitive, psychic, you know. Really having to listen to those guides in our intuition. Okay, so let's see. Pisces, November 15th. Oops, excuse me. Pisces, I'm definitely getting some very defensive energy, which isn't a bad thing. I just think that we're very aware, all right, of deception and everything else, okay? So look at that, the Seven of Swords popped out, all right? Whether we are being sneaky, you know, or somebody is being sneaky and deceptive towards us, it's just like we are really not having time for it, all right? We're kind of seeing and feeling past that bullshit, more so feeling, right? There's just like a gut feeling that we have that's just like, yeah, and then we kept having the Seven of Wands pop up. I kept seeing this while I was pre-shuffling. And, you know, this is my nigga what card. You know what I'm saying? And so this is a, I'll come and take you. I'll chomp you off at the head if I have to, right? But I don't think that we want to do that, but I think we are definitely prepared, all right? It's Scorpio season. It's clapback season, right? Ooh. All right, so we just had the Ace of Cups and the World card fall out, okay? So this is closing a cycle and beginning a new one with this Ace of Cups. Could definitely have to do with love, emotion, or just very creative and passionate projects, all right? But there's certainly new love on the horizon that is coming in with these last 2 weeks, so that's pretty cool. But it's because there's been a closing of a cycle. Look, and then again at the bottom of the deck, there is the Magician card. So it's manifested, right? Three. So we just had the Four of Pentacles flip over, all right? So this is holding on to something. Sorry that I'm still shuffling through and it's 5 minutes in. But this is holding on to something. This is being staying guarded, okay? I'm really picturing like a very defensive energy that Pisces are taking right now. It's just like if we were seen as weak in the past, if somebody's coming back from the past and they're kind of giving us a proposal of some sort, we're not as inclined to take it. We're not as inclined to forgive this go round because a lot of us are on an upswing. So when people are coming back, it's just kind of like, what exactly do you want from me, right? We're not as giving as we normally are, and it's kind of taking some people off guard. You know, it's a very much Queen of Swords type energy that I'm sensing with us right now. And I think that it's necessary while we're in this period of transition because a lot of us are finding out who we are and stepping into our light. So do not be ashamed if something, you know, with that High Priestess there, if somebody comes back or somebody says something to you and it just doesn't sit with you the same way that it would have. Like they could have said this 3 months ago and you would have responded totally different, you know, but now you're hearing things and it's just resonating a lot different, you know, and so there's like a guardedness, there's a closeness that we have that's going on right now, but it's there for our aid as we keep moving forward. So don't be like, what is wrong with me? You know, why am I so defensive? It's because you're picking your dodgeball team, right? Because there's about to be there's about to be haters. So who is going to be on your side? Who's throwing the ball and who's dodging them with you? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's that type of energy that I'm getting, which isn't inherently bad. And then boom, at the bottom of the deck again, we have the Nine of Wands, and that's exactly what I just described, okay? So 1, 2, 3. All right, let's actually get into this reading, right? Okay, so the underlying energy we do have is the Eight of Pentacles, all right? So that's really focusing, okay? Again, really focusing on us. We have the Death card as the heart of this reading, and we are in Scorpio season, so I'm absolutely not surprised. The Ten of Cups as the past of our foundation. Then we have the Hanged Man coming up as the present energy, moving to the King of Pentacles as the most likely outcome, and then the card of advice is the Queen of Swords. Boom, bitches. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw it here live, okay? So, anyways, I always like when that happens. Because sometimes I'm like, am I just speaking out of my ass? And then the cards are like, no, we got you. And I'm like, yay, you know? Anyways. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot and the Page of Pentacles. So this, to me, really goes with the Eight of Pentacles that is here. A lot of us, the underlying energy, are focusing on our craft, focusing on our work. Like I said, a lot of us are stepping into our purpose and understanding what that is, be it going back to school and studying, putting our nose to the grindstone, where things that used to distract us in the past are no longer something that we think about. Like they might creep in, especially when it has to do with like a love situation or something. It's just like we kind of are hopeless romantic. So a lot of us might have been obsessive about a love relationship, and there might be a part of us that truly deeply cares, but we're so invested in our work and what we have to do while we're on this planet that we are kind of defensive towards that energy because we don't want it to distract from what we've established. You know, a lot of people have exited our lives, all right? And I've noticed this a lot with my personal readings, which is why I'm saying this. A lot of people have exited our lives, all right? And now they're starting to come back. But we've gotten so comfortable with being alone. We've gotten so comfortable with minding our own business, really, and mining our future, okay? That now it's just kind of like, you weren't there with me when I was down and out. Now I'm really comfortable. Now I'm really focused. Now I'm not even sad anymore. And now you want to come back and like, be buddy. And it's just not sitting with me right. It's just not sitting with me. And again, that Queen of Swords energy is just so prevalent because we really are working on our happiness, on our abundance. And so now we've gotten comfortable doing it alone, right? So it's very difficult to we forgive because we're forgiving people, but it's difficult to put in that same energy that we gave. When we were 100%, now we're about 45. Like, listen, I will respond back to you. I'm not going to disrespect you or anything, but listen, I'm not doing what I did before. I cannot afford to. All right. There might be a day where I think about it a lot differently, but today is not that day. Today I'm focused on my point. Today I'm focused on me. I'm focusing on my business. I'm focusing on my craft. Okay. That's genuinely what I'm getting with that being the underlying energy. And I completely understand that. Right. And so with the heart of this reading being death in the middle of Scorpio season, this is what I live for and love. All right. Because Death can be like a scary card, but it's honestly one of my favorites because it's death to a cycle. It's an ending to a cycle, and it is beginning again. It's resurrection, all right? And there's something freeing about transformation, right? Because you get to leave everything else behind and kind of embark on this new journey that you've picked for yourself. And I've always said November is my personal new year. You know, it's basically when I start to see when I start to leave behind the past year. You know, May, Gemini season is always a shit show for me. Like I said, Virgo season was a shit show for me. And I'm leaving that behind, and I'm kind of taking what I've learned and applying it as I move forward. And I think a lot of Pisces are doing that. So it's a death that we are having. Like, it was a spiritual death, but like a lot of death to relationships, a lot of death to things that we used to put a lot of energy and effort into that we just do not feel right now. We just don't have time because we're so focused on how we're going to make the world a better place. You know, California is burning. It's burning, right? Like, the planet is dying. We want to make sure that we are doing our part. You know, even if you're not an environmentalist, it's just like if you're a healer, if you're a spiritual person, even if you're bringing people together, a teacher, anything, you want to make sure that you're doing your little bit in order to make sure for this better tomorrow. So with this death card being the heart of the reading, we're really put a lot of things to rest, all right? And let it rest easy. You know what I'm saying? Rest easy. There's no shame. There's no pain. We're not mad. It's just like I'm genuinely going through this metamorphosis, this transformation where the things that I used to care about, I don't necessarily care about anymore. I really care about my craft, my work, my essence, my being. And if you want to share that with me, then that's cool, but I'm not going to beg you, right? That's kind of like that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like we're no longer begging people to be a part of our success, creation, manifestation, right? So with the underlying energy being the Ten of Cups here, this is happiness. You know, this is one of the happiest cards in the deck. So this is really just abundance and overjoy could be doing with family. And that is the foundation, all right? It's not necessarily past. I'm definitely seeing it as we're building on this Ten of Cups moment. We're building on this upswing. Like I said, you know, the last thing was win, 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 win. And that is just basically what we're doing. We're taking those winnings and we're building from that, all right? And then we have the Hangman being our present energy, okay? So with this happiness, with this newfound expansion and this new growth, we are observing, right? It's not necessarily being stagnant, as sometimes the hangman can be. It's really observing how are we going to practically move forward. Who is going to come with us, right? If we're Noah and we're building the ark, what animals are we taking? You know, is genuinely what I'm getting. If there's a flood coming, what exactly are we going to do? It's that type of energy that we're just trying to see how are we going to be, right, in this upcoming year. What are our goals? What do we want? What do we plan to see in the long run? What is it that I want to do is really what I'm getting with this Hangman. Not necessarily stagnation, but more of a just like type energy, right? It's just like, how am I going to get this done? And it's aided by the King of Pentacles, okay? And I love that it's a king. All right, I love that it's a king as the most likely outcome, male or female, because when it comes to the king, this is external, right? This is the divine masculine type energy, and so this is how you appear to other people. When you see queens, it can be internal, but this is external. So externally, there's abundance, and that's why I'm saying that's why you're having to adopt this Queen of Swords. So internally, right, you're very logical. You can be very cold. You can be very distant. Very, you know, quick, with the quickness to cut people out and cut people off, all right? So with this King of Pentacles, this is forming abundance, taking your time, you know, really thinking about, and this is our energy. I can't remember if I said that with the Hangman, but this is our energy right here. This is personally me because I'm a Taurus moon, so I'm like, yay. But anyways, this is really thinking about how are we going to build our castle? Who is even allowed in the kingdom, right? And how are we going to build it and maintain, okay? And so with the most likely outcome, this is definitely abundance, okay? It's a king. He's surrounded by luxury. He's surrounded by things that make him comfortable. There's a sensuality to it. You know, when you're moving in your purpose, you just exude like this kind of confidence that you get. You know, that's normally associated with kings. Obviously, you can get it from queens. I give that to the Queen of Wands. But like, there's this exuding, this, you know, masculine energy, whether you're a man or a woman. Like, you'll look at a man and you'll be like, hey, what? I dare you. You know, it's kind of like what I'm getting. Because you own it. You've done it. You've earned it. There's nothing that anybody can say to you. But this, with the King of Pentacles being the most likely outcome over the Death card, you know, you put away a lot of struggle in order to enjoy your abundance. I still definitely see growth, you know. But the thing about death is it can be painful. So for me personally, this was not an easy transition. And so I don't think that it was an easy transition for a lot of you. But I think, you know, again, with the way the planets are aligned and what's happening, definitely moving into a divine purpose. If you have a small business that you're starting, if you have a small project, if you're going back to school, you know, it's going to put you in a whole new light, and it's built on happiness. It's built on, you know, pleasant things, right? And I just absolutely love that. And again, you know, I've said this enough, but the Queen of Swords being the underlying energy is the card of advice. Maintain that. Maintain that logic, you know. We are yin and yang, you know. There is a duality to Pisces that people do tend to ignore and forget. It's just that we are equally as logical as we are emotional. We just choose to be more emotional, but we're constantly thinking at the same time, you know. We always get mismanaged. I was like, we swim in our emotions, but it's because we can have these arguments and these debates with ourselves constantly. It's to the point where, like, it can be detrimental to our development, you know, when we get stuck in those moments, which is why we are represented as the Hanged Man, even though I'm not necessarily getting that right now. But, you know, it can cause us to stop moving. But with this sword, I just think that we're cutting through that, and we've had those conversations with ourselves, so now it's time to start having those conversations with other people and start living our personal truths. When you see the Queen of Swords, she's living her truth. She's blunt, honest, been there, done that, got that t-shirt. She's moving on. She's moving forward. Like, she really doesn't have time for I would say, miss me with that bullshit. She does not have time for it. And she's not making time for it. And that's the difference. We used to make time. Pisces used to make time for shenanigans. We're like, next. I'm sorry, I have a meeting to go to. I'm sorry, I have money to make. I don't have time for whatever it is that you have. Whatever it is that you got going. And we're going to be like that according to, you know, the transits and all that stuff. We're going to be like that for at least a year and a half. You know, we just don't miss them when they go the way that we used to, you know. It's kind of what like, kind of don't let the door hit you on the way out type energy. When we weren't like that before. Pisces. Harshies. Alright. Gemini, Taurus, and Neptune. Yeah, boom. So there we are. So with this Neptune here, this is our energy. Alright. This can also be fantasy and illusion. Okay. But with all this air energy here, I just don't see that. I see that being, you know, our ruler. Neptune is our ruler, right? And here I'm really getting that we have the ability to dream and inspire, and we're very in tune with our psychic abilities. We're really heightened right now, okay? And Jupiter is also our ancient ruler, right? And he's moving into Sagittarius. And so that's the plane of luck, okay? So I really feel like we're kind of moving along with it. We're really understanding the benefits of those, right? Just be mindful that we're not getting lost in that Seven of Cups, right? Because we're fulfilled with so many options. Basically what I'm getting is we shouldn't stay in this hangman position too long, because they will have to take action. We can't get lost in our heads. So when I do see Neptune, don't get lost in your head in the fantasy of it. There is going to have to be practicality to that, but I'm not sensing that. I'm really sensing that we are in a very imaginative, creative space. It's just going to take some underlying work. You know, after we come up with the ideas, we need to write it down. If you have a dream, you need to write it down. If you hear something, you need to write it down and make sure that you make note of it so you can use it to continue to build as you grow, whatever it is that you're growing, okay? That's what I'm getting with this Neptune. Make sure that it doesn't get lost, you know, because it's great. Whatever you're thinking of, whatever you're hearing, it's great. It's a great idea. Don't lose it. You know, keep it with you. Make it tangible is really what I'm getting, because it's really awesome and it has the potential to move us forward. Not only as like not only you as a person, but us as a society. You understand what I'm saying? That's really what I'm getting with this Neptune. Just don't let your ideas get lost. And again, it's partnered with Taurus, which goes again with the King of Wands. Okay, so this is a very practical sign. It can be slow and steady wins the race, but there's a stubbornness and a willingness to continue and pursue what we want to do. So really adopting that earth-like energy to move forward is really what I'm getting. And taking Neptune Again, this is me. Anyway, sorry. But again, taking that Neptune and putting some practical plans behind it, all right? To get it moving, to make sure that it gets off of the ground and sticking with it and being practical. And if you aren't that person, all right, then phone a friend, phone a practical friend that you have, possibly an earth sign. They're some of the most practical people I know, but somebody who is very analytical, somebody who will make sure that you do exactly what you're set out to do, okay? Because the Taurus energy does not give up. It keeps going, it keeps moving, it keeps shaking, okay? And then we have Gemini, which is communication, all right? So this is definitely communication, just like, Pisces and Gemini, we're both duality. They're the twins and we're the two fish. So there's a commonality that we have with them. And even though they're an air sign, we do share some traits with them. It just comes off a little different. But with this Gemini, this is communicating, again, with this Queen of Swords energy. This is speaking your truth. Don't hold back. Communicate, open up, all right? Don't hold anything that's, if you feel like you're in this hangman moment and you need to phone a friend and you need some help, don't hesitate to do that. You're going to speak up. But I really do sense that we are in a place of, in a reflection, but we're coming out of it. We're on the tail end of it because we are going to start moving and putting our plans into action and moving into that king position, all right? Excuse me. Oh, I got this Moonology deck by Yasmin. I want to say Boland. Hold on, sorry. Yasmin Boland, okay? I absolutely love this oracle deck. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I'm going to start incorporating this into the readings. And one more shuffle. Okay. See, this is why I love this deck. Believe in the impossible is the underlying energy. And that's really what I'm totally getting as far as with this Neptune. If you continue to put in the work with this underlying energy here with the Eight of Pentacles, Spirit, God, the universe is going to swoop in and complete what you cannot see. There are spirits that are working in your favor. You're like little elves. Like, I'm literally picturing like little Keebler elves that are just like, yeah, this person's doing great. Let me help them out. You're like, where's my pencil? And then it just like appears, like that type of energy, but on a really monumental scale. Like a lot of us are truly moving into our purpose. I think a lot of us are moving into healing, spirituality, helping, others, just being a light, being advocates, fighting for what we believe in. And now more than ever, we need it. Like there have been so many shootings. There's so much hurt that is going on in this country alone that is just ridiculous. Like, and Pisces are the healers, and so now believe in the impossible, because the most natural thing to happen is a miracle, right? So when stuff seems like it's happened out of nowhere, just because it happened out of nowhere on us in our limited scale doesn't mean that Spirit didn't already put it into work, okay? So definitely truly believe in the impossible. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. And then the other card that we have was bring love into the situation. And I really think that that is what we are, in fact, doing. I do. And then at the bottom of the deck, again, we have a personal issue reaches a resolution. And I totally believe that. Okay? So I'm going to pull one more card. Well, we'll see how many fly out. But one more deck for Pisces, please. Integrity. All right. And then we have another, this is balance. So integrity. And that is really what I think this Queen of Swords is all about. It's like we are building our integrity. We have it. So when people don't, we're questioning integrity more than we have before. We just accepted everybody for anything. But now we're like, who exactly are we dealing with? Who exactly are we looking at? And we are possessing integrity, coming back and bringing balance, bringing love to a situation that didn't have it before, but also being weary of those who want to take advantage of our kindness. It's just like we are not going to be one for it anymore, We're just moving. We're moving in a totally different realm than we have before, and we're truly, a lot of us are stepping and coming into our purpose, which is great. And I definitely hope that this resonated with as many people as possible, because it is such a great, you know, general reading. To me, very inspiring. So I hope that, you know, it inspires you to keep doing exactly what you're doing. You know, keep putting your effort into your craft, keep growing, and remember to keep in mind to spread that love and generosity that you have, but just be mindful of those who want to take advantage of you, because it's so easy to do. But it does seem like we are in like this state of how we're going to make the next move, but the energies are on our side as far as being practical. And just remember to believe in the impossible, all right? Miracles do happen, Pisces, all right? So just one more time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment below. I am still doing the $10 3-card special. All the information for that is going to be in the description box. Follow me on Instagram, and, you know, I absolutely love you guys. I adore you, all right? Peace, guys. Peace.